The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
Why does this year feel like the season of hell? And why do I feel like right now, more than ever, Rick Tocchet has to become the MVP of the Vancouver Canucks? Not Tom Willander. Did I almost call him Tim Willander? It's got to be Rick Tocchet, okay? Can we talk about it?
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we back doing this. And that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks here on Locked On Canucks. Man, the place that gives you your Canucks every day. We're also brought to you by the Don't Those Our Lab, okay? Where are we without that West Coast bias? I don't know. Where are we if we're not taking care of our neighbors on the daily? I don't know. Again, one love to the Don't Those Art Collective for helping us put this on. And man, oh man, one love to our sponsor today, man. The Fuel. You and you and you and you and you. Yes. It's all about you. No one else. And I guess it's always about the Vancouver Canucks too. And on today's episode, let's go through the two people that can save the Vancouver Canucks this season. Tom Willander and Rick Tocchet. Crazy to think about. Going into the season, it's all fun and games. Literally, that's all it is. So much hope. It's still all there, but it's also being poured on by this rain and being hit with thunder and injury after injury after injury after injury after player absence after player absence. Like, it's never stopping. And now Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson are gone, right? One for a week, and the more important guy for weeks and weeks and weeks. And apparently he's really bored. Okay, go check out the Quinn Hughes quotes regarding his absence from the team, okay? Again, a guy who's so addicted to hockey is taken away from his drug. Am I allowed to say that in 2024? Hey, the Canucks do feel like a drug, okay? And that's why I'm about to say what I got to say right now. I'm going insane, but Rick Tocchet, how much is he to blame for the mediocre start to the season? And now blame is a strong word because he's not really a player, but he still is Rick Tocchet, the guy who has to be in charge of this operation, and that's turning the Vancouver Canucks into a winning team, okay? Shifting the culture. And sure, he made it cool to be a Canuck again, right? Cool to be in Vancouver again. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it sounded like he was saying at the end of the second round last year. Right? It was fun to win again. But that culture, right? You can't say it's set in stone, considering that, it was only 1 year. So again, knowing that this core players really haven't become that team yet, right? Because you got to do it consistently to be quote unquote great, right? Or in this case, really about winning. For this team who hasn't experienced that, haven't gotten there, can't do it themselves. They need Rick Tocchet to be the guy, to be the quote unquote real captain. The tone setter. Now, luckily, he does have Quinn Hughes next to him, and it sounds as if these two are tied to the hip. And I know it's a results-oriented business, but I would be extremely patient with everything Rick Tocchet and the Canucks for the foreseeable future. Because of that, okay? I want those two. The champion, the guy who's played with all of the best players in hockey, and Rick Tocchet, the potential Hall of Famer, right? I want that guy paired up with Quinn Hughes for a long time. I like coaching and quarterback duos, right? I'm a big NFL fan. Quinn Hughes is the quarterback. Yeah, the defenseman. Yeah, the Hart Trophy winner, sort of. But he's the quarterback. And Rick Tocchet's that guy. Again, there's chemistry there. Again, go to Canucks Army and just read some of the quotes from Quinn Hughes regarding his absence. And it sounds like these guys are friends. And again, addicted to the game. So much so that, again, Rick Tocchet needs to take some accountability here on so many fronts. And overall, take that accountability and get better. And overall, that's how the Canucks pull off a miracle here. And don't dig themselves into a hole, in life without Quinn Hughes. All in all, though, Quinn Hughes played against San Jose, right? Played against San Jose in a game he was questionable for because of an injury, right? And what did he do? He dominated the San Jose Sharks. Feisty team, a team that's learning how to attack. I feel as if every team looks really good playing us too. So then we're left with the illusion like, oh, you know what? They're a pretty good team. Dude, they played the San Jose Sharks. And Quinn Hughes was thrown into action on his own accord and pushed it. And now what? Days later, after the holidays, the eggnog didn't work. Quinn Hughes is out for weeks, week to week. Now, people are saying 2 weeks. People are saying 3 weeks. Again, I've been saying it. This guy's built like Connor McDavid. Ooh, I'm sorry. He is. He's one of those guys. Sorry if that hurt you. Stupid. He's built like one of those guys. Remember when McDavid was supposed to be out with a high ankle sprain of some sort for a very long time earlier this season, and he came back in like 2 minutes? Way before anyone thought he would come back. I'm telling you right now, Quinn Hughes is coming back early. Okay? All in all, though, he's going to miss some games, multiple games. And it makes you question, like, how bad was this injury and why? Yes, why did he play against San Jose? For a team that's been weird and strange and overall wrong about the Demko situation. Way back when, right? I'm not even just talking about April and May when he was practicing, right? Pushing it. I'm talking about that game against Winnipeg in which he got hurt in the first period, I think, and still came out for the second. And look what happened, right? Do the math. Barely saw Demko again. And now they're doing this with Quinn Hughes, and not the same thing, but they're pushing it. I thought it was an Ian Clark problem. Look, I get it. Quinn Hughes is a competitor. He's addicted to the game, like I've said 4 or 5 times. Him and Rick Tocchet on the same page. They speak the same language. Rick Tocchet gives a lot of responsibility to Quinn Hughes. Like, I think what he says goes. So he said, I want to play because he's a dog, a young player, and the coach let him do so. And to me, that's not good enough. Remember when I said he had the lead? Again, Rick Tocchet's been there. It's a war of nutrition, right? It's also a war with discipline. You got to be disciplined with your emotions and not act irrational. There is no way that Quinn Hughes, who, again, as Kempner is saying, looked great against the San Jose Sharks, there's no way that guy should be playing in that game. It's December, and obviously the injury wasn't a bruise. And now look, he's out for weeks. And the Rick Tocchet was asked about it. This is why, man, you got to be better, man. Jeff Patterson asked him about it, and Rick Tocchet said, "What?" I'm paraphrasing, but Patterson was basically asking, like, why did Quinn Hughes play? Okay, when he was listed as questionable, and Tocchet said this: "Well, he couldn't have hurt what he has anymore. He's a tough kid and won us the game with a couple of assists. I don't think him not playing would have made any difference. We're all hockey players. You want to play." He gutted it out for us, and we won the game. A couple of things, okay? First off, we're all hockey players. Dude, you're the coach, okay? You're the coach. You've been around. You know what it takes, and it's pretty stupid for a team that doesn't have a winning culture and is not, like, in a comfortable playoff spot to be taking that chance, right? And what is that chance? Again, Quinn Hughes is questionable, and he's playing against the San Jose Sharks. And Rick Tocchet also has the audacity to say, well, he couldn't have hurt what he has anymore. So what? He's out week to week, but there's no way that in a game he played against the San Jose Sharks, an NHL game, right? A hockey game. Are they playing ping pong? Non-competitive ping pong? Are they playing checkers? Are they playing snakes and ladders? No, they're playing hockey. And you're telling me that there's no way that him playing that game could have risked even any further injury. I'm not saying that happened here. But I'm just saying, you're telling me that there's no way in a game of hockey he could have hurt it more. It's hockey. Don't be saying that. Lie to us. Say he hurt something else. Okay? Don't tell us that in playing that game, there was no chance that he could have injured himself even more. I'm not saying it happened, but you're playing hockey. You can't tell us that, again, hockey's not one of the most dangerous sports in the world. Come on. We're not, dude, you made a mistake. Can you guys just say we made a mistake? It shouldn't have happened. And yeah, Quinn Hughes, we needed him, okay? Unbelievable in that game. Again, against Macklin Celebrini. I mean, he should have the upper hand. That is Quinn Hughes. He's been in the league longer, and he's really good. But he looked, again, generational, and that's what he is. He's that guy. And Kepner saying again, he was at the San Jose game, and Quinn looked great. He looked, quote-unquote, healthy. Yeah, maybe he took some Advil. It just balled out because he's Quinn Hughes. But obviously, he's hurt. I would just like for the Canucks to be more proactive with health and playing it a little safe. It makes me think a lot about Pettersson and tendinitis too. Like, am I supposed to take that more serious now? Because even though you gave us the messaging that, like, I'm paraphrasing again, but he should learn how to play through it, right? Hockey, right? Dangerous sport. You got to have that mental toughness too to battle through. Boom, bam. I get it, but I'm looking at that all different because you allowed a dude who was obviously hurt, who happened to be Quinn Hughes, the Hart Trophy guy, the Norris Trophy guy. One of those guys, you allowed him to play hurt. And I know you're dealing with injuries, but he played hurt against the San Jose Sharks in a game in December. The Canucks weren't going to be eliminated mathematically if they lost to the San Jose Sharks. All in all, man, Rick Tocchet, be better. Be better. You know what I'm saying? Lead. And look at this comment from Green. It's an early candidate for comment. I would say of the year, but more specifically of this episode. Greener, a guy who needs to start a blog. Okay, he says that Tocchet always says not to compound a mistake with another mistake. This organization should also follow the motto: too many mistakes this year. I'm gonna turn this question or this comment and again, quote unquote, target Rick Tocchet, right? The mistakes. So off the ice, you're making like these weird decisions. Demko, Pettersson, Hughes. That was an obvious mistake, letting him play. And on the ice, the deployment of players, odd, off, weird, strange. And we could talk about the line blending, but let's just hone in on one thing. I heard this morning, and now it makes a lot of sense. So again, why the Canucks just blew a 3-goal lead to the Seattle Supersonics. When the score became 4-2 after Schwartz, after that dude banked it in off of Noah Juleson to make it 4-2, there were still 4.5 minutes left, and we did not see one Erik Brannstrom shift. Drance also said in the morning on Halford and Bruff, One Left to Sportsnet, they also talked about how when Erik Brannstrom was on the ice, the Canucks had, 10 shots? And the Kraken had 4. Yet again, after the score is 4-2, and the team needed to hold it down, they played Erik Brannstrom one more time. And that is inexcusable. You talk about needing to adapt, needing to evolve, needing to get better. Look, Quinn Hughes got a lot better. Yo, Rick Tocchet, you have to get a lot better right now. Because that is not good enough. And I know Adam Foote, assistant coach, probably, calling the shots on defense. That all being said, you're the head coach, and there's no excuse for Brannstrom only getting one more shift in the last 4.5 minutes of the game. And that sounds crazy because this guy was on waivers this early in the season. And look at what I'm saying. Demanding a lot of the head coach for playing this type of guy, but the numbers don't lie. And the eye test don't lie too. Enough with, again, the ego, the need to be right, the need to prove a point. You lost this one. You cannot build your tree trunk, or the tall, girthy defenseman core, the Vegas defensive core that you want to build with Noah Juleson, Tyler Myers, and Vincent Darnay a part of it. There's no chance. And if you want to lean into playing a defensive game to hold it down, hold a 2-goal lead against the Seattle Kraken, and you're like, you know what, Bransom's small. He's short. He's short. He can't defend a lead. Let's not do it. Let's put our defensive guys on that. Your defensive guys? Juleson, Darnay, Myers, defensive guys? I know the options are slim, but that's just wrong coaching. It's barbaric. It's insanity. And I wouldn't be surprised, yo. Somebody from the top got to let Tocchet know, yo, that's got to stop. There's no excuse to that. Again, you got to get better. You got to start making the right decisions. And that's what it feels like is not happening. And now without Quinn Hughes, without Elias Pettersson, who we barely touched on, which says a lot, it's up to Rick Tocchet to get a lot of things right and start hitting some home runs with his combinations and his deployment. That is what the team needs right now. That and some good goaltending. And the Canucks, you know, they can go 4-2 in the next 6 games. They can go 5-3 in the next 8 without Quinn Hughes, right? Without some of Elias Pettersson too. I think so. And that's what they're going to kind of need to do. Good goaltending and good decision-making. It's time for Rick Tocchet to outcoach the other coach game in and game out. And I think he can do it. And not only because he's the former Jack Adams winner or the reigning Jack Adams. No, it's not. I don't care about that. It's because he's Rick Tocchet. He's a hockey nerd. He's got to figure this out. But I think he's right now has to, again, let go of his dream-like defensive arsenal and what the box sheet says about their size and their handedness and their weight. Let go of that. Just play Bramstrom more than the other guys because he's way better than Noah Juleson, Vincent Darnay, and he's on par with Tyler Myers. Size don't matter, man. And if it's about the size, like you got Connor Garland on your team. Look at what he's doing. Okay, as a forward, size don't matter. Trust that these guys can lock it down, play big, play tough. Size don't matter. Quinn Hughes, size don't matter. And don't make decisions based on size and ideology if, again, you're leaning on Noah Juleson to prove your point. Like, that's just bad coaching. And that's got to stop. Speaking of stopping, I got to get to break, man. You're watching Locked On Canucks. One love to the Dojo's Art Lab. We're going to shout out Rocket Money and then get to the other side and talk about the other savior, Tom Willander. I'll also get to a lot of your comments. Do us all a favor right now. It really helps out the show. Hit the like button and see what happens, okay? We'll catch you on this side. Today's episode is brought to you by Rocket Money, and this one's important, right? Because January 1st is around the corner, which doesn't just mean the new year is here, okay? It means that your credit card is about to get smacked by some unwanted subscriptions, okay? That you thought you got rid of or forgot you didn't sign out of after you got that 3-day trial. And that's why you need Rocket Money, okay? Because again, you're telling me that you haven't found any subscriptions you forgot about? Okay, it's happened to me. The other day, I saved $44 a month. Dude, that's one more dinner with my girl. It's the details that matter. Straight up. It's like a personal finance app. That's Rocket Money. It helps you cancel, again, your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending as well, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings, okay? It brings everything together into one place, whether it's subscriptions, your spending habits, or even the goals you want to hit this year, which is important. Write things down. Rocket Money has over, 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions. 500 mil? What? Are you serious? Saving members up to $740 a year. When you get the premium features on the app. Unreal. So do it now, okay? Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lockedon today. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. rocketmoney.com/lockedon. Let's get back to the show. People. I'm back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks. My name is Kyle Bowen. One love to the Locked On Podcast Network. One love to you and you and you and you and you and you as well, because we're living the dream, and it's, again, because of this shared experience. Speaking of which, again, if you're in the comments right now, in the blog, or in the comment section, tell Kurt Richardson to write a blog. Tell him to do it tomorrow. Okay? Top 3 storylines in 2024. I think I'm going to do the top 10 tomorrow. And I wonder if this makes the list, and that's Tom Willander putting on a show at the World Juniors, right? Because it seems much needed for him to do that for Sweden and also our hearts, right, as Vancouver Canucks fans, because it's so bad with the D. And take it from me, 31 and a half years old. I've been stuck with the bad D for a long time. And it's tough sometimes. It's insecure. It's dark. But again, having faith in extraordinary performances from some prospects who are on your team in December, it helps. It makes the holidays better, right? We saw it with Lecker Mackey last year. Now we're seeing it with Tom Willander. And I don't think this is fake. I think, raw skills wise, and just based off a couple mixtapes of seeing this guy play, you could see that he has this ability, and that's be one of the best players on your team. I'll keep it simple at that, right? And there's a knock on his, how would I say it? His chaotic nature sometimes. Like, he's not completely mistake free at the moment. That being said, he can learn that. He can simplify his game. And even some of the best, they make mistakes. And again, the raw skills, the raw athletic abilities makes me very, very excited for everything Tom Willander. In fact, I'll say this. There's no way, no chance that the Canucks and Patrick Allvin move off of this guy. A premium asset for the Vancouver Canucks. A lot of trade rumors out there, big packages. If you want to bring another D out here to Vancouver, whether it be like a Rasmus Anderson or whatever, the other way, most of the time, Tom Willander is, he's moving. He's no longer ours, and none of those trades made sense, right? Again, big time D, prospect and a first round pick going the other way. That's Tom Willander in a first round. Nah, stop that. Not worth it. Based on who's available and this guy's skill set, and more specifically, we need to see more from the Canucks before they become buyers, okay? I think everyone knows that. They know that as well. It's just not going to happen. Now, more specifically on the Rasmus Anderson front, it's ironic because if that trade ever got made, Willander and a pick for Rasmus Anderson, it's going to be interesting to see them connected based on player type. I see a lot of Rasmus Anderson at his best, and Tom Willander when he's looking his best. Okay, Tom Willander, a jack of all trades. He can do a lot of things well, and he can also be fun offensively based on the way he skates and shoots the puck, and at times passes the puck. He has, not Quinn Hughes offensive ability, but he's probably better than Philip Roenick, and that's exciting. The other thing I like about Tom Willander, and this was apparent right away when we got him, right? Because he becomes one of the faces of the organization. He gets interviewed a lot. He gets talked to a lot. You get to hear his voice a lot. And this guy can handle it. This guy can stay composed. This guy can lead behind the microphone. He can convey. He seems serious. We talked about Quinn Hughes and Rick Tocchet for a long time. I want those two to be a part of each other's lives for the foreseeable future here on the West Coast, the best coast, right? That's a good combination. Something tells me that Tom Willander can add to that and add to that ASAP. And yeah, it sounds crazy for me to say this. But why not? In this season of hell, this season of misery, but more honestly, this season of mediocrity, okay? Look at the record, okay? We're still in the mix. Very much so. Still in the playoff picture. All has been going on, including missing your number one goalie forever, and we're still there. So mediocrity is the right word. It just feels dark because, again, we're addicted to this drug. But again, what if through all that, the Canucks in April, late March, they're comfortable in a playoff spot. In fact, maybe clinch the playoff spot. And Tom Willander, after helping Sweden wins gold, keeps getting better and better and better. And when his season ends in Boston, signs a entry-level contract, which is going to happen with the Vancouver Canucks, but he doesn't go out and play games for Abbotsford. He gets a look with the Canucks. And, you know, even if they acquire one more top four defenseman and Philip Pronik comes back and Quinn Hughes comes back, like, that bottom pairing is still going to have one number 7 defenseman, one guy that could go on waivers and get through playing everyday minutes for the Vancouver Canucks during a stretch drive. You're telling me that the hockey nerd himself, Rick Tocchet, after Willander signs an entry-level deal, which is going to happen regardless, you're telling me that he's not going to insert him into the line just to see something? And if Willander plays good for 1 game, 2 games, and is already better than Vincent Desharnais or Noah Juulsen or Eric Brandstrom, you're telling me that Willander's not going to play in the playoffs? Like, there's a chance. Adam Foote and Rick Tocchet would just think about it and take a serious consideration to the fact that, again, this dude already is better than Noah Juulsen and Vincent Desharnais. Look, there's probably been more recent examples of this working out, but I'm taking it all the way back to the one that doesn't make the most sense. But that's Cale Makar. Okay, Cale Makar came in late during the stretch drive for the Colorado Avalanche, and I don't know if they were already in the playoffs or were about to clinch, but Cale Makar played playoff games that year, and he looked comfortable. And behind Hughes, behind Hronek, behind, I don't know, one more defenseman that they acquired behind a better Susie, there's room for Willander to make some noise this year. Am I crazy? Am I stupid, or am I dumb? Let's get to the comments, okay? Green, a.k.a. Kurt Richardson, saying Willander is not going anywhere. 100%. Oliver, telling me that Willander is proving that he can play with the number 1 D-man. He's on a top pair with Palika. Is that guy with the 3 first names or whatever for Detroit? Again, I don't watch a lot of World Juniors, man, but I do watch the mixtapes of Tom Willander when they're out on Twitter, okay? And he's looking good. And I saw the mixtapes of Tom Willander during his draft year. I've seen what he looked like in Boston at times last year as well. Again, the raw tools are there. The seriousness is there. The composure is there. I literally think there's a player there that you don't want to give up on, and that could be exciting this year. Why not, man? Home of the West Coast Bias. Yo, hit the like button for Tom Willander. And let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts here? Am I stupid or am I dumb? Is there a 0% chance that Tom Willander can play games for the Vancouver Canucks this season? I don't think so. And we'll talk about all that on the other side. Again, you're listening to Locked On Canucks. One love to the Don't Doze Art Lab. And one love to the West Coast Bias, man. For real. Straight up. More on the other side. People, we back doing this. And that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks. One love to you and you and you and you. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, if you're listening to this on the podcast side, leave us a 5-star review. All right, man? Share that love into the universe, okay? Watch what happens, man. Speaking of which, let's watch what happens with Tom Willander the rest of the way in this tournament and at the end of the season. And you guys are talking in the comments, man. Let's get to it. Look at this. Coming in from Roland. Roland, man. That's a cool name. I'm not going to lie. It's like Ronald, but it isn't. It's different. You're special. Anyways, Roland's saying a 0% chance you don't rush him. You know, I tend to rush things. And I want to be more patient. That's got to stop. All that being said, I think Tom Willander is better than me. I think his base level of athleticism, his seriousness, him being behind some pretty good defensemen here when we acquire one more and Quinn Hughes and Aronik are in the lineup. I don't know. I just feel as if he'll be sheltered, and he's just already better than Noah Juleson and Vincent Darnay. You think the Canucks are going to go out there and acquire 2 defensemen to fix what is just a travesty, okay? You think this team will be a serious contender if they're leaning on Tyler Myers as much as they are? Again, when everyone's healthy, they're still doing that. No, dude. Bro. I don't know. I don't think so. I think if you are even doing so, you gotta up the floor, okay? If you're still expecting some more from Tyler Myers, you gotta up the floor because he could break at any point. And if he breaks, Noah Juleson or Vincent Darnay being the next guys up, not liking it. Tom Willander, man, he's gonna get a look. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right. Next question. I like this one from Nuck Chu. Look at your picture with your dog. That is the most, dude, I'm gonna cry, yo. I miss my dog, yo. Beautiful photo, okay? Anyways, Nuck Chu was talking about him wanting to see Elias Pettersson, the defenseman, get a couple of games with injuries to Aronik and Hughes. He can't be any worse than Myers, man. Yeah, if I'm talking about rushing Tom Willander, I mean, DPD's on the same timetable, right? The same timeline. He's already been called up. He's already collected a bit of NHL money, right? Didn't play a game. I wouldn't mind it. And I said this after the last game. I was pissed off. Well, don't even watch that episode. Honestly, that's a dark episode. Don't watch the last episode of Locked On Canucks because, yeah, it's dark. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, Noah Juleson makes a couple of big time mistakes late in the third period after being casted as the defensive hero of this team by Rick Tocchet and Adam Foote, right? This guy's being deployed like that. Makes 2 horrible mistakes, already a fringe NHLer. And I said out loud that, this dude could have just costed his NHL career based on that, right? The coaching staff put so much trust in you and you do that. On that note, can DPD be any better than those guys? And when I say those guys, it's Vincent Darnay, who's been playing a little bit better. Noah Juleson and Tyler Myers, sure, but also maybe not as well. I didn't see like a crispy, clean, safe player in the preseason, and I haven't watched any Abbotsford Canucks games to really give you a full detailed scouting report on DPD and him being somebody suitable. Because if you look at the preseason tape, he just kind of reminded me of Noah Juleson. Hey, one love to JS for the super chat, saying go Canucks go. Man, oh man. How about this comment from Callum? Callum is saying, is there any kind of Hindu hockey god that we can make an animal? What? Okay, hold up. I just read the first sentence. We ain't finishing that, man. I'm offended, man. You know what? I was actually talking to Trevor Beggs yesterday, and this is a kind of relates to Callum's comment over there. And I guess this might be the end of the episode, unless I see any more comments that I want to talk about. Yesterday, I made some curry. Okay, made some yellow curry, and there was some parsley on the curry, and I posted it on my Instagram story. And I was like, you know what? The Packers lost to Sam Darnold. They got their asses kicked to Sam Darnold. I need to cook. I need to stress cook, and I cooked this curry up. And Trevor Beggs hit me up. Saying like, you made some yellow and green food to complement your sadness with the Canucks getting their ass kicked. And I was like, the Packers getting their ass kicked. And I'm like, dude, yellow and green food. Anyways, where am I going with this? Eat chicken curry. And where am I going with this? Another comment. The darkest comment, Kurt Richardson saying, I hope you don't win a game with Hughes out. Slam dunk for the heart. Dude, slam dunk for the heart. Once the Canucks look so bad without Quinn Hughes. Dude, I want them to win games. Again, I want them to go 4-2. I want them to go 5-3. I want them to be a little bit more comfortable. I just want them to win more games. I want them to face adversity the right way. And that's win. I don't really care about Quinn Hughes building his heart case, okay? I don't. That all being said, before we get out of here, let's look at this this chart that I saw. Was it someone on the Athletic that made this? Maybe it's Thomas Grant's too, but I don't know if is this illegal to share Athletic hockey charts on here? I don't know. Anyways, this is a chart that's telling the hockey world what the Canucks look like and are displaying with and without Quinn Hughes on the ice. Okay, so with the Canucks having Quinn Hughes on the ice, their shot attempt differential is plus 212. Without Quinn Hughes, it's minus 267. Like, this data is crazy, okay? The Canucks, the time on ice, I guess this is saying, never mind. Okay, the shot differential, okay? Plus 86 with Quinn Hughes on the ice and minus 114 when he's not on it, okay? We've seen the eye test. The Canucks are bad without Quinn Hughes. Look at this one. Okay, the scoring chance differential with Quinn Hughes on the ice, it's plus 96. Without him, it's minus 97. And this is it. This is the one that matters. Okay, all this fancy stat stuff. Who gives a beat? Got the eye test. I can see this too. Don't need a calculator. But hey, this one hurts. With Quinn Hughes on the ice, their goal differential is plus 18. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a lot. And considering that the Canucks don't score a lot, that's a lot. And without Quinn Hughes, it's minus 10. Okay, plus 18 with Quinn Hughes and minus 10 when Quinn Hughes is not on the ice. So the Canucks suck without Quinn Hughes. And that again is why, Rick Tocchet, you got to step up and lead this team. It's your opportunity right now to lead this team and make the right choices. Speaking of which, let's actually end it on this note. Roland saying it went downhill when Tocchet didn't play Lankinen after a shutout. Anyone agree? That's part of it too. And I don't want to put that all on him because I trust both these goalies to get the job done and keep the score close and have us, in a spot to get points and win games. And they've been doing that. Look at the numbers, right? Not individually speaking, but the team is getting points, okay? Goaltending is the base, and yeah. Anyways, it is on him to figure out this calculation too and get it right, okay? Demko Lankinen, who's feeling themselves in practice? Like, just make the right call here. Maybe Lankinen, if he's in net against Seattle, they win that game. All I'm saying, and that's crazy, but I'm just saying again, if I'm putting the accountability on Rick Tocchet, like right now, go on a streak, okay? Win Coach of the Month here in January, okay? Do they have that award? Just make all the right decisions because this season so far, again, whether it be your line deployment offensively, the whole Branstrom situation, the whole power play thing, you've been shit on the power play, dude. You're not the best coach right now, okay? Come on. As far as making the on-ice stuff work, dude, you're hitting at like 30%. Start hitting that 70, okay? Anyways, my name's Kyle Bound, KYLEBHAWAN. Go Canucks go. I have all the faith in the world that Rick Tocchet will figure it out. Again, we'll get through this stretch without Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It does help us out a lot. One love to the Don't Doze Art Lab for taking care of that West Coast bias. And thanks for producing the show, guys, towards the end. A lot of comments. It makes my job a lot easier. And yeah, living the dream. Thanks to you and Locked On Canucks and the Don't Doze Art Lab. Peace.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.